Everyone, and welcome back to Not in My Lifetime channel. And it is a Saturday evening post yesterday's massive announcement that Erling Haaland will spend another decade at this wonderful football club, this gargantuan institution. We've got the best striker in the world for the next 10 years, and it feels glorious. Bevo, my mate, how you feeling today?
Haaland staying 10 more years.
Oh, brilliant.
Yeah, love it. Brilliant news. Held down one of Europe's elite strikers for 10 years. Massive deal. I don't think people realize, people talk obviously about the money side of it and things like that. I think if you look at it from a player's perspective as well, and the player that we've got, we can effectively now say that moving forward, we are going to be designing this team around Erling Haaland, because you get other players in, you bring players in for 3 years, 4 years. Erling Haaland is 10 years. So we know for at least the next 6 or 7 years, he's going to be with us. I think 2029, there's supposedly a release clause that comes into play. I don't know if that's true or not, but even if it is, it's going to be astronomical. You're going to be talking 250 million plus.
Well, from what I've heard, it could be more than that. And because the thing is, right, the only way he'll ever leave.
If you work it, I worked it out today, right? And so if he, obviously, you change. I've overballed it a little bit. So obviously, after everything, he's due to be getting around £1 million a week with sponsorships and image rights and stuff like that. So if you work him out as being on £1 million a week, over 52 weeks, that's £52 million a year. Work that over 10 years, that's £520 million over the 10-year period. So then, even if you go, okay, well, it's not £1 million a week, so take some off that, call it 400 million over the course of the 10 years. If you were to buy him right now and pay out his contract, you'd have to pay around £400 million to get him out of his contract.
Yeah.
So come 2029, you take off what? You take 4 years off that. You're talking what? You're going to be talking about 300 million to buy his contract. And then obviously if you're doing a release clause, you're probably talking 300, 350.
Yeah. As I've said before, mate, I said to people say, "Oh, it will leave City." I said, "No, he won't. He will not leave here." Because I'll tell you why. All right, let's say Barcelona. Are you seriously to tell me Barcelona are going to get their shit together in the next 5-6 years? Look at they've got Yamal. I know they've got Rafinha and Gavi, Pedri. It's a good play. Don't wrong, right? I love it. Yeah, Yamal in a heartbeat. The City, he's brilliant. Yamal is unbelievable for us, but Barcelona, I do not ever see them spending that kind of money on Haaland. They'll never do it. So, yeah, I'll see in the comments. We'll say, big up Sean, big up Caribbean Race. 10 more years, yeah. Exactly. For God. That's a great name, by the way. Luke's dad. He's much older than me, mate. Also, by the way, that name is iconic. That's a fantastic name, by the way. It's fucked, but it's funny.
Yeah, I love it.
I'm not going to say it, but you can read it out loud.
But yeah. So realistically, when you look at it, this year we haven't been great, but the board are now realised where they went wrong and they're rectifying their issues.
Yep.
We'll go on to it in a little bit, but I really want to talk about. I've got quite a lot to say about with the potential signing of Cambiasso. I've got quite a lot to say about that. So we'll move on to that in a little bit. But the board are rectifying the problems. They realised where they went wrong, and they are now, making the steps to fix that problem. And that's what you do when you're an elite club. You look at United over the last 10 years, they've tried to buy their way out of trouble. Ultimately, they've spent more than City, but apparently we're the big spenders. So they've spent more than City have. They've not rectified their problems, and they've bought their way into trouble. And now what they're doing is they're trying to rectify that by buying their way out of trouble again. Chelsea spent God knows how much billion in the summer, right? With all of their signings that they've brought in, they've not brought in a balance. They've brought in young player after young player after young player. There isn't a balance there. They haven't brought in any experience, any players, who are sort of 25, 26. They've just brought in incredibly young players. And again, that's not going to help them with their growth. We've had a bit of a stumbling block. We've not done great over the last sort of 12, 13 games, but we are now rectifying that problem before it runs away with us and we get too deep. And that's what elite clubs do.
Yeah. Absolutely. Oh. All right. Signal's a bit patchy. Hopefully I'll get sorted in a bit. I can see himself becoming City and Premier League record goal scoring with legend. Yeah, mate, exactly. I agree on that one. Matt, you still there, mate? Bevo? No. I'll back in a bit. Signal's a bit crap, but it's right. I'll be back in a little bit. But yeah, I think I agree with Sean. I think he'll be an absolute legend here. I can't see him going anyone else really. I just think he's got everything he needs there. There's no reason for him to go anywhere else, and I just think he's got the perfect, place now to build, work on, improve his game, and also get more trophies for him and for the team. So there you go. It should be right. You're right.
Yeah, sorry about that. I think I glitched for a bit. Yeah, I was just saying, United tried to buy their way out of trouble, ultimately end up buying their way into trouble because they didn't rectify no problems. Then tried to buy their way out of trouble, and they're just going around in a vicious circle without any success. You look at Chelsea, they're buying young player after young player, ultimately spending over £1 billion in the summer doing that. They're not progressing any more further forward. Yeah, in time, maybe. But you need to have the balance of having young players and old players in the squad. You look at Kusanov, right? Kusanov, 20-year-old centre-back. Not very experienced at the moment, but, he will get there. But having, you look, who's Kusanov got next to him? He's got Nathan Ake. He's got Ruben Diaz. He's got Akanji. Potentially even John Stones.
Yeah.
You're putting young players into the squad and integrating them into the squad with experienced international standard players who have been there, won leagues, won Champions Leagues time after time, and they are there. Ultimately, the club have realised that over the last 12, 13 games, we haven't been great. But rather than going, come the end of the season, we'll have a look in January, we'll have a look in the summer transfer window, and we'll try and rectify it. Nah, the club have gone, these are the positions that we need. Get them in now, and let's get the ball rolling again, and let's get back to being a successful team. And that is what elite clubs do. They find the problem and they sort it.
I've got a tweet here from Mike RMCF. He's quite a popular user on Twitter. I think he used to be a United fan, but he's had enough of them and support Madrid now. whatever we want to do, mate. So this is tweet.
What a guy he is, by the way. That tweet is fire.
I'll read it out, just to So this is a quote. This is a tweet. So City having a bad season.
Share it on screen, mate. Share it on screen.
Yeah, I will try and get it up. Try and get the tweet up so it loads up. I should be able to find it, but yeah. But the tweet itself is unbelievable. It's literally it's your thumb perfectly upright. Everything that's wrong right with English football.
Yeah.
People are like, but City are in football. No, we're not, mate. What we're doing is we're actually ruining your owners, and their way of like making money of actually a success.
Yeah.
I don't care about winning, mate. Right, I'll find the tweet quickly. Just bear with people. It's loading a little bit slow, but I hope they'll get there. I found it now. Is it there? There we go. Right. Okay, I'll share the. Yeah. Doing another main striker for the next 5 teams, mate. Exactly. We've got the position of strikers sorted now for the next 10 years now, probably minimum. So for me, the one position that I'm a bit with in terms of like replacing is De Bruyne, because I'll be honest with you, you ain't replacing Kevin De Bruyne in this team. You're never not. That's an alternative player they have to find us because I know Musiala reverts out there, but that's a massive boot to fill because what he's achieved in the last 10 years of being a City, I don't think I've ever seen from anyone. Honestly, like the amount of assists he's got, goals and that. Like, look, obviously whoever comes in or back no matter what, I'm sure Bevan will, everyone will in this chat who is a City fan, but replacing legends, mate, are never easy, are they? Never easy.
No. You look at David Silva. You were never going to replace David Silva. Company, the figure that Company was in the team, not just as a player, but as a personality in the dressing room. The whole package. You're never going to replace these type of elite players. You can replace them with players who have a similar playing style. We took out Company and we ended up bringing in Ruben Diaz. Great replacement. But Vincent Kompany is one of one. David Silva was one of one. Riyad Mahrez was one of one.
Kevin De Bruyne was
especially Ramadan Riyad. Riyad was a whole different level of elite.
Facts. Right. This is a tweet. City having a bad season, £200 million or 4 players in January, and a key player signed to a 9-year contract. United's having a bad decade. We're broke with owners worth 25 billion, so we're going a Maguire an extension. True. And Chelsea's having a bad 3 years. We're not in a title race of spending a GDP of a small country because we've employed a championship manager. Yeah, I don't get that. Like, you got all that players, you got Maresca in charge. I'm saying he's a bad manager, but really?
Not just that. It's not just that. It's the players that they've brought in. They've just brought in young player after young player after young player.
And now Vega's going out. Vega's going out on loans. Like, fucking what?
Yeah. They're now having to sell players just to meet with PSR demands. Because otherwise they can't sign anyone. Granted, if you've spent over £1 billion in the summer, you shouldn't fucking need to buy anyone.
No, you shouldn't.
Let's be real. Let's be real. You shouldn't have to buy anyone if you spent £1 billion in the summer. You shouldn't.
So, Liverpool, one title in 30 years. We're about to lose our 3-man team for a free because we could have. Mate, honestly, why the Liverpool really Van Dijk, Salah, mate? Trent, I get, but Van Dijk and Salah, seriously, they're not done yet, and they're haggling over money, mate. Liverpool will never be that team, right? Do it wrong, right? To all the mates Liverpool fans, isn't that going at you? But your ownership, and you know it yourself, are going to hold you back no matter what. Because they don't invest the money they need to. Imagine Slot had more than Chiesa to work with this season.
Yeah.
I think the man, I think he's very good. Obviously, today they won 2-0. That was the last minute, but they won the game. And that's why give him a show. the money to work with, and you never know what can happen. But that's the problem at the moment. You know, the Premier League that aren't us or everyone else. Like it's these stupid rules that are in play. Or the American, well, do you know what? Not in American because I should bring up the American fans our community, but it's the American ownership of brand and model in that country that holds the clubs back. You know what I mean? And that's one thing I've never got at Liverpool. And look, Arsenal having about 20 years, progress, murals for set piece coaches, and emotional support dog. Oh, God.
Ironically called win.
Of all things, yeah. Tottenham having about 60 years, mate. Mate, yeah, fucking. Do you know what? No, big up Ange, man, but fucking hell. A league full of big clubs having the piss taken out of them by hideous owners hiding behind PSR rules that they vote for themselves to help keep their money in their pockets, as their fan bases are idiots cry about City. Their excuses they're billionaire owners not spending much in City. Not hard to see why they've won 6 out of 7 titles, is it? It's not a big 6, it's a big 1. Boom. That is it.
That tweet right there, it just explains everything. It's fire. It's one of the best tweets I've seen this year.
And the comments are full of, well, some people not happy saying, but most of them are like, yeah, facts. and that's it. You know, I missed your messages on them. Bear with me. Big up FIFA, exactly. Yeah. I know it's the real LB, mate. Don't worry, it's fine. It was LB. I'll be like, well, first off, it would have to be my profile, wouldn't it? But yeah, if it was LB, I'd laugh at LB. I think we will. It can be Cambiasso what happened. We'll go into Cambiasso in a bit. Anyway, I want to go into my Husanov and that first before we go into them anyway. But
just to answer that question, 2 more. They'll be after Mamouche, Vita Reese, and Kushinov. There'll be 2 more.
Yeah. Do you know what, right? Marmouche, mate, I'm so excited to see him play, mate. That number 7 shot, Marmouche.
Like this, that's got to go down. Yeah, I'm sorry. Fans, fickle fans can say what they want. Yeah, you got the like of Mark Goldfish saying it's not fair. City spending all this money.
Cry more.
Yeah, you got all these fickle fans saying all this, and yeah, whatever. Yeah, cry more, whatever. Don't care. Yeah. The thing is, this has got to go down as the best January transfer window for any club ever. 5 players and signing and keeping your elite striker in the team for 10 years. I'm sorry, that's unheard of. That will go down as the best January transfer window for one club ever.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. And I just think for me, I just think like what we've got coming in, right, it's just so exciting because it's just, it's, the players we've got coming. Look, obviously Husanov and I think is it Vitor Reis? It's weird. Yeah. It says Reese. It's a Brazilian, Portuguese names, but the thing is, he's coming in right as I've watched a little bit of him. He looks like some player there, and the amount of hype around in Brazil.
Let's not forget. Everyone's forgotten the fact that we're bringing in Echeverri after the under-20s competition.
Ah, right. Vitor Reis. Yeah, right. Do you know what? I'll get there eventually. Give me a little bit of time.
Hadrasi.
Eventually, we'll get the hang of it. Just bear with us, people. I'm not certain names I might have to get used to. I know Husanov. It's Husanov, isn't it? Husanov as well. It's not Kushinov. It's Husanov. I think because it's a KH silent. I'm not the best at this. Just bear with me, people. Kaiki, I can't see Kaiki for making it ever really. No. He's not terrible, but he's not. Kaiki and Savio, mate, it's night and day. It's night and day, mate. And so honestly, but yeah, but no, honestly, like yeah, but we've got Haaland, right? That announcement video was beautiful. It was like the way he was sat there writing a memoir as a fucking defender. I was like, I was like, fair play. I mean, our media team, by the way, well done, lads. Much improvement from the last few years. Do you remember you used to, like years ago, have signings right? It was a really shit video. They announced it before the actual player signed. Now it's like first of all on like announcement video. It's like it's brilliant. And
That,
the way
that Haaland announcement video was unreal, by the way, and not just the one. Like City came out with like edit after edit after edit. It was unreal. Like every time I checked my phone, it was like City have done this new edit, and it's like, oh, you watch it. My favourite one, right, my favourite Haaland edit is the one. I don't know if you've seen it, where he rolls like this plastic ball off the table.
Oh, love that. That was beautiful.
That edit is just supreme.
Because the thing is, mate, and you may talk about players all season, haven't we? Haaland isn't the issue in this team. He's the solution to the problem. We need to find a solution in the midfield and the defence to get the record. Our attack's fine. To me,
do you want my honest opinion?
Go on.
Mamouche is the solution.
That sounds really like it rhymes there. Mamouche is the solution.
Mamouche is the solution because Erling Haaland is the solution because he's the one that gets the goals. But ultimately, bringing in Mamouche adds that new dynamic of if Haaland isn't scoring, you're not just relying on the one player to go and score goals. Because let's face it, every player can have their off day. But you bring in Mamouche. Bearing in mind, I'll say it now. I think you're going to see Mamouche off the left.
Yeah, I think for me, right, especially with striker thing as well. I think it gives Haaland a break as well because Haaland might play a lot of games, and we're lucky as he hasn't been injured yet. Touch wood. You know, he hasn't been injured yet. We're lucky because if injured long term, season done. Because Foden's last game was brilliant. First half not so good. Second half, good finish, looked real lively. The thing is, we need someone else in the team who can score more goals because the more goals we get in this team, the better we'll be at finishing games off. Because that Brentford game, right, should have been more than 2 before they got a goal.
And the other way that you look at it, there's been games this season where Erling Haaland has just been miles off it. And it can happen. It can happen to any football player. You know, they go through a rough patch where, you know, they might not score for a few games or whatever. But bringing in Mamouche, you're going to offer more creativity for Haaland. But then on top of it, if Haaland isn't getting goals, you've got another goal scorer that you can rely on.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, Mamouche is the solution because he offers things for both areas. He offers more for creativity to help Haaland, but also the goal side of it, where if Haaland isn't scoring, you know you've got a goal scorer there who scored, 19 goals in 25 games so far this season.
Mm-hmm.
You know you've got a player in there that can score as well. And bearing in mind, 19 goals in 25 games, he's also got 12 assists.
Yeah, Mamouche for me, right? Mamouche is it. Mamouche, as you said, it's the solution. With what he can do as well, he scores goals because he's an all rounder. That's what we need. We need an all rounder because what also do right, it gives Foden a little bit of respite. It gives Foden a chance to have a breather and get back into the team himself. Because don't get me wrong, right? Last season he was incredible, but you could tell that this season's been a slow start. He hasn't been able to get going yet. Whereas last game I thought that actually would put in one of his best games ever all season. The M2 goals he got. I mean, bear in mind, De Bruyne's cross that first goal was unbelievable. That ball was absolutely. If we let De Bruyne go, by the way, that's a mistake. It's a massive mistake because I like Baena, I do, but Kev's still good enough that he's on some of this team still. I know injuries, I get it, I do understand, but you don't have to. But the fact that I've heard about that is looking at giving a contract on less wages. You want to accept that? I'm down for it.
Well, the thing that I've heard is with Kevin De Bruyne is that the contract we're supposedly looking at giving him allows him to go over to New York City FC.
Right, yeah.
Which, he's already been in talks, from what I can gather, he's already been in talks with another MLS-based team.
Yeah.
I think San Jose Earthquakes or something like that. I don't know. Could be wrong.
Oh, San Jose Earthquakes, yeah.
I believe he's been in talks with them. So MLS, America obviously is quite appealing to him. Otherwise, he wouldn't have had, talks with the club. So if that's his appeal, Kevin, we own an MLS team. We can help you.
But also, as well,
what you could see is you could see something quite strange. What you could see here is potentially not Man City renewing his contract. What you might see here is Man City selling him to New York City FC and New York City FC loan him back to Man City for a season.
Because the thing is, right, I think you're right, because the thing is, I just feel like for me, Kev can still offer something to this team. I'm not saying he's playing every game, but some of that ability is still he's still world class, mate, in my eyes. Like, I'm not having this.
Yeah.
I think for me, when he plays, he's best midfielder in the world still. I know it's Rodri probably, but if we're going off attacking midfielder, it's Kev. Bellingham, no, not for me.
Kev's a moments player. He could play absolutely diabolical for 89 minutes and 59 seconds. He literally needs that 1 second to create something.
Yeah. For God, Luke Stan, oh my God. He's like that old. What? That's a new one. That is a new one. That is.
I mean, I think I've heard that one before. Yeah, we'll get onto who I think shortly. But yeah, we'll move on to that one shortly.
Yeah, keep Kev. Thank you, mate. I'm doing it's more an admin job, but it gets obviously quite bigger over time. The more longer I'm there, a lot of responsibility, but it's a job pays pretty well, and it's something to do during the week as well, and it's a good environment as well. So it's it's better than my last job, in my opinion. Well, at the moment anyway, and I'm enjoying it. So
I'll start my new job on Monday as well.
Look at you.
Luke and Luke's dad both going for new careers.
I know why they're saying that, but it's fine because they know how old you were and how old I was. Like, oh, like that ain't possible, mate. It ain't possible for that to work. Oh, brilliant. No, but no, I'm looking for. I think for me, right. I think having watched, that Brentford game, you could tell that where the issues were in this. Obviously, this team. I think. When we go a goal, see the goal, right, the way the team's confidence level just drop, it's so worrying because before.
Have you seen the latest on that, by the way?
What's that?
Have you seen the latest on what Cheeky did? I'll find it for you.
Go on.
Quite interesting.
Thanks, mate. Much appreciate it, mate. Thank you very much, man. I appreciate that. What is that? Wait, Norwegian lad. No, it's not Haaland, is it? Sveppen, the 18-year-old that we're after from Norway. Is it him that we're after?
Yeah, no, it will be him. I don't think.
Yeah.
I need to find this.
Adam. That doesn't do usually. Well, is there upset, mate, about about channel? Just sort of saying you don't do anymore.
Yeah, I know. I don't have my channel anymore.
Hasn't really got time for it yet. Unfortunately, it's also just the thing is, guys, I think running a channel is not as easy as people think it is. It's a lot of commitment to it, and when you've got stuff going on in your own personal life, it can be, it can, if you're obviously like neglecting it, and if Bev had time, he definitely would do it, but he's obviously
maybe in the future.
Yeah, I think when it's a bit quieter, bit more chill time, you never know, might return. But at the moment, he's on with me, maybe LB, but either way, he's still doing stuff, just not on his own channel. But eventually, mate, you never know what will happen.
Yeah, I do a weekly show with you. I do go on to LB's sometimes. I kind of like stepping back away from it. Because it is very, very stressful trying to run a channel. So like and subscribe to Not in My Lifetime podcast because you're doing bits, Luke. It's not easy to do.
No,
so hats off to you because I had to step away from it.
Yeah, but the thing is with me though, I don't do this channel just all the time. I do it like I do videos when I can because most of the time we'll do video because if I can't do a stream. Or do a video for it, but 5-minute video done. Is out there, people can see what I think of it. He used to have a channel, mate, but not anymore, unfortunately. But it was good for us when it was there. Hyman, it's not Hyman. Is it Nyman? Nyman? I can't remember I can't remember what his name is. A Norwegian kid. 18 running. 18
yeah, I know. Isn't he from Frankfurt as well?
Oh, Nypen. Oh, he's from Rosenborg. Rosenborg. I think it's a kid that. Well, I think Arsenal. I'm not sure if Arsenal got him yet or something like that, but I know Arsenal linked with him. I'm not sure whether that's going to happen or not.
Arsenal were also linked with Vitor Race, but he didn't get in, did they?
No, or Mamouche.
Or Mamouche.
Or Husanov.
Or yeah.
So
I can't find the tweet. I'll see if I can find it later. If anyone else has seen it, send us the link in the chat. Apparently, Cheeky has called a meeting with all of the staff and players at City to give them a bit of a confidence boost and to boost the morale. And has reassured them, and this is the words from the tweet, has reassured them that superstar signings are on the way.
I have a feeling that these superstar signings I have a feeling that we'll get the superstars in summer. I think the moment we're getting players in for now to help out right now.
Well, to be honest with you, I'd consider Haaland a 10-year contract superstar signing.
Oh.
I'd consider Mamouche a fair with his stats, he's right up there. Why would you not consider it to be a superstar signing? And then you also look at Cambiasso, who, in my opinion, is the best wing back that we could bring in.
Yeah. And speaking of
Manchester Iconic, follow me. It's fine. Just show the video. It's all good.
And by the way, Manchester Iconic, they actually watch this show, mate. Manchester Iconic, big them up. They watch the channel and watch our show. So if you're watching, guys, big up to you guys for all the great work you're doing.
I was twerking a little bit then, going, "Oh yeah, they follow me on Twitter."
They did big up to them. Massively appreciate what they do, and they're big fans of the channel. Big up them, man.
Great lads, and great edits as well. Every video that they knock up is an absolute unbelievable video. Their editing and stuff is fantastic. So if you've not seen it, give them a like and subscribe to them.
Yeah. Get them, please. 50k ASAP. They deserve it, man. They absolutely deserve to get 50k.
Yeah.
Right. But don't worry, mate. We will definitely do a 11 later on before we end the stream. But that always happens. Oh, he will, mate. Right, Mamouche time. Let's watch this incredible, awesome compilation video. See if it works.
Here we go. Tavio came up with his second assist, and sub Omar Marmoush did this. One of the goals of the season. Played on loan as struck guy last season, scoring 3. His first 3 Bundesliga goals. Not away properly. Marmoush! Against his former club, Omar Marmoush makes it 14. And the shot driven in off the crossbar from Shavy. And then he pretended in a full-line finish. Time of the season. Vorbei am zweiten und rein and that's the
the outset. Both sides are known for their hard running. 10 minutes in, Omar Marmoush's speedy run brought about
Still going Marmoush, last thing. He can run there. He's gets it. Oh, it's neatly done. Oh!
Don't forget, I'll just support a riding in, you see. It's Marmoush on the other.
Now, the room got movement. Oh, he's got in.
Can take a penalty as well. We need that.
Well, you can, yeah. Brilliant, isn't it? Oh, I like it. It's a bit laggy on Birmingham. Will it work a bit again? Alright, it's being a bit weird now, but okay. Either way, yeah, it's being very weird right now. I'll give it. That's fine. It's annoying by that. I hate when it does that. It's annoying. Anyway, yeah. Marmoush, what's it's going to be? I want to watch the rest of that, but it was being really glitchy. I'm not going to risk this with everything going down, so I'm just going to stay out of that. Do you know what? A big upset to a night. I think it is one of the biggest deals in the window because we're getting players in obviously right now. He'll be here. Well, because he'll leave. Whatever. If he leaves, it has to be some sort of mad thing that happens for him to leave.
Well, it's the biggest deal of the decade. Because if you think about it, yeah, even if he wants, say, 2 years' time, 3 years' time, if he wants to leave, then either he's going to have to pay out his the rest of his contract, or another club is.
Yeah.
So if he decides in 2-3 years' time, I want to leave, someone's going to have to pay a good 250-300 million. They're going to have to.
Yeah. If we move on, big up Patrick, true City fan, absolute legend. Hope you're doing well, my friend. I just Kelster, Martin, all that just now previewing the Ipswich game. If you haven't already, make sure to go to the channel and subscribe to him. Absolute legend, great guy, great guy in the community. Up to you as always. It's a whole new thing, isn't it? Like Lars and Luke's dad. It's never ending. It's never ending. First choice keeper. Bevo keeper. You.
I mean, I don't know how this guy actually knows about me. I actually got years ago. Like, I mean, about 12 years ago, maybe 13 years ago. I actually got scouted for Tranmere Rovers as a goalkeeper.
Yeah.
So I mean, I actually would. I mean, not anymore because I'm fat, but I mean, maybe 12 years ago, I could have had a chance.
Luke's this is a whole new thing now. This is a whole new fucking thing, right? If anyone will become City manager, Haaland, that is, yeah, mate, 100% he will. If he did become City manager, he'll make Haaland one of his key players. Big up Nam, hope you do well, my friend. How? Oh,
don't. Because me and Luke, right, last night we're having this debate, and I said to him that by the time Haaland leaves his contract, I will be quite old. I won't say how old, but I'll be quite old.
50. My God. Jeez. Oh.
You're not even close.
You're not even close.
But yeah, so by the time Haaland ends his career at City, I'll have a teenage son basically. And Luke said, and Luke turned around and said, "You'll be such and such age," and you said like 2 old men. But the thing is, when you said we'll be like 2 old men, that's only 2 years older than I am now. So he called me an old man last night. So it's a very touchy subject at the moment. Please just, just leave it.
Yeah. 60, mate. That's pushing it, mate.
I'm not even 35 yet. I'll tell you that. I'm not even 35.
Yeah.
I'm not even 34.
Well, I'm 25 this year, and Bevo's. It's up to you when we say how old you are, mate. But
I'm 30. I'm 30. I'm 33.
So basically, 7 years, 6 year difference, 8 year difference. That's not impossible. Impossible. But no, I'm moving on from that hilarious talk about age. So, Cambiasso. We talked about Hishanov, we talked about Mamouche, we talked about Vigil Hayes. They're all obviously all good players for us, I reckon, in the future. But let's talk about a player that we could be getting hopefully. Cambiasso.
Oh, can you pause this LB guy for us? Pause him, or I'm gone.
Right. Enough of the age, right? Enough of the age. Come on, people. Come on. Let's just chill a bit. Mate. Nah, but I'll ask you, mate. Cambiasso, how do you feel about that potential strength there?
Yeah, unbelievable signing. If we manage to get it, I know it's going to be quite a hefty price tag. I think Juventus are looking around the €80 million mark, which probably translates to about 68 to 72 million, which is quite a lot of money when you consider it. But he's quite young. I think he's 24.
I think he is. Yeah, I think he's 24 years old for today.
I think he's 24. So realistically, if you're going off Kyle Walker years, you've got him for what, a good 8 years, something like 8-9 years. A good level. So, in my opinion, I think he is the best wing back that we could bring in that will fit Pep's system. As a player, he is unbelievable.
Yeah,
I'm going to be honest now. I think right now, and with Pep's management, and because Pep improves all players, tell me I'm wrong. I'm not wrong. Pep improves all players that he brings into the team in one way, shape, or form. Every player that comes in has an improvement in their game. I think personally, this is the Kyle Walker successor that will bring us a lot of success. He is a very good right back and left back. He's versatile. His range of passing is up there with some of the very best. His vision for a pass is just below Kevin De Bruyne style standards. Like, he is that good. He can cross, which is something that Kyle Walker could never do. And just as an all-round player, I believe that coming into Pep and being under Pep's wing, I think personally he could be the best wing back in world football.
Do you know what? I agree. And do you know what? I agree with this as well. Spend the money. At this point, right? Look, I think, I'm going to say this now, I'm going to say it, I think the Frimpong boat has sailed.
I would actually go as far as saying that Cambiaso's range of passing and vision is on par with Trent.
Yeah. That's why I'm saying I think the Frimpong ain't going to happen, sadly. I think that boat's sold now, unfortunately. I don't see how I would get Cambiaso and Frimpong together.
No, it wouldn't work.
So
not when you've got Gvardiol out on the left. Because let's face it, Gvardiol will stay on the left, whether we like it or not.
Yeah. Yeah, because look, don't get me wrong, right? Look, Cancelo, look, I'm sorry, right? The guy's attitude let him down. That you can't keep a player. But I love him as a player, mate. But the way he acted behind the scenes, nah.
As a player, fantastic. As a person, debatable.
Debatable, yeah. But yeah, I think for me, it would be brilliant. And I think imagine Cambiaso on the right, and you've got a winger on the, well, is it Doku on the right, probably? Or Bob? And Cambiaso. Bob and Cambiaso.
Thing is, this is where it'll get interesting. Mamouche will go out on the left, because Mamouche will invert onto his right foot, because he's right-footed. That means that Gvardiol will go back to running the left-hand side. Yeah. You will have the same thing on the right-hand side with Savinho inverting on his left. You'll have, but with Savinho inverting in on his left, you've also got the option then out to Cambiaso, who can cross, which is what you never had with Kyle Walker. When Kyle Walker was playing, players were reluctant to pass out to him on the wing because he can't cross a ball.
No.
Cambiaso can. And I see Savinho out on the right. It'll be Savinho and Bob.
Yeah.
Sort of battling out. I'm pretty sure Bob's left-footed as well, isn't he?
He is, yeah. I think he is the third.
So I think you're going to have the right winger inverting, which is also good because you've also got an option for Foden to play there as well.
Yeah.
And then when they invert, you've got a right back who can actually get up the wing and cross a ball. So for me, it's a no-brainer. He can defend as well. Like, he's a very good defender.
Yeah. Big up Roger at 97. I was doing well, my friend. He's new on YouTube doing C content, so if you haven't already, go subscribe to him if you haven't already. He'll be on the channel at some point in the future. Not sure when, but we're getting people on soon that are new to space. I want to get more people out there to know them more, but big up to him. Absolute legend. God tried injuries. Yeah, look, Cancelo, look, that's a whole different thing. Look, I love the guy was here, but it didn't work out. Yeah. But I just think for the moment, what Cambiaso offers to me is that he offers that outlet on the right, which we desperately need. I think I love Rico Lewis. He's been brilliant how he can do. but you want a right back on the right hand side who can play that role. Like Cambiasso, Diaz, Diaz. Well, right. Well, I'll ask you this before I go on top about 4. Who playing next to back there? Kanji, Stones, Ake.
Say again. You lagged a little bit.
All right. So Cambiasso right back.
Yeah.
Diaz. Who playing next to him?
Hang on a minute. I'll tell you what we'll do.
Yeah.
We'll do a lineup. We'll do a lineup with these. What we would envision the new team setup to be.
Oh, by the way, just to say, Barcelona have drawn again. Barcelona only have 1 win the last eight games in the league. That's mad. That.
I don't think they care. They battered Real Madrid 5-2.
I know, but they're shit in the league. Bloody hell.
That's like the highlight of their career, isn't it?
Pretty much, yeah. I don't blame them.
Right. Let me share this. Bearing in mind, this is going to be as of next season with the team that we've got coming in or potentially coming in, because we'll include Cambiasso in that as well.
Good one. That is a good one. Fair play. Yeah, I can't blame him much. Mate, I said bench of Hayes and Kusanov on the bench. That's mad, that is. What bench? Right, here we go.
So, for me, I think, I'm going to be honest with you. I think Ederson's done.
Yeah, he's done. I think everyone in the chat was. I'll ask chat as well. Chat, Ederson. I know people will rather him stay, but let's be honest here. Just put it in the chat if you think he'll leave or stay. I think he'll leave. I think he's done, sadly.
Yeah, right. I think he's done. There's a reason Pep's keeping him out of the team.
Yeah, and it's not because he ain't good enough, mate. He's just head's gone. Yeah, gone. Yeah. Sadly, I agree. Exactly. I agree with that one. I've got Cambiasso. Agreed. 100% the new one, definitely. There he is. The Juventus right back is going to be a City right back.
The thing is, he can play right back, he can play left back, but he can also play right midfield.
That's brilliant.
But he's a perfect Pep signing. He's versatile.
Yeah. Givardio. Right. I'm playing Savvy on the left. Or Moosh to the left.
This is what I do, and then you could tell me if you'd
agree or not. Yeah, that's fine.
Agree or disagree.
Yep, I'd say. If you haven't already, people, make sure to leave a like on the channel. We have like on the streams on that channel. The channel is on the road to 1K. Bit of a long way there, but each subscriber massively appreciated. You know, the aim is to get the hope as possible, but support is appreciated. Diaz, Puzzi. Yeah, I like myself to Puzzi, but I don't know whether we're gonna make it or not. But I get people who want to make it. Grealish left wing. I don't think that's gonna happen. I know he wanted to stay, but I'm not sure. I think he will stay. Assuming, yeah. Right, I'll ask you. Bevo, I'll ask you this, mate. Is Stones gonna or stay?
Who? Sorry, Stones.
Stones.
Yeah, I think he'll stay. But I think that he will be limited game time.
Yeah. Yeah, actually, that's not a bad idea. Actually, keep Stones around, but I know some people will say, I think Jack's time's about to come to an end. Sadly, I mean, I want to work out there. I just don't want to work on that.
Jack's gone. For me, for me, this would be my strongest team as of the start of next season with players.
Okay, right. So Ortega, Ruben Diaz, Husanov, and Gvardiol. Well, Husanov, obviously, we'll see what happens with him, but I think he'll do pretty well.
I think the reason why I say that, Kusanov is absolutely rapid. I don't think people realise just how fast he is. I think it was this season or last season, he went from box to box and he clocked a speed of like 35 kilometers an hour, which is the equivalent of like 21 miles per hour, which is rapid for a centre back, by the way.
Wow.
So, and he's an absolute unit. I think the combination of Ruben Diaz and Kusanov is going to be absolutely elite. I do. I think it'll be elite because you've got Ruben Diaz and Kusanov, who are two absolute units and generals at centre back. But the one thing that Kusanov has over Ruben Diaz is pace.
Yeah.
I would go as far as saying that Kusanov is an improvement on Akanji, because Akanji's fast, but I believe that Kusanov has better defending ability, and that's proven over the course of the Champions League when they played Arsenal. He had players like Saka and Martinelli in his pocket.
Yeah.
Rapid wingers. He had them in his pocket. This guy can defend and he's fast. I think in time he'll learn to be able to have good ball playing abilities as well. But as a centre back that's just a general and a unit and will win that ball back, he's perfect.
Yeah, no, exactly. Again, physically tightened players, hard to make errors, quicker. Exactly, that's what we need, mate, in this team. It's something I've had for a while, and I think it would definitely improve us at the back. I mean, Rodri, wow, I've forgotten what he's like as a player. I haven't seen him very. I've forgotten what he's like as a player, but I'm looking forward to seeing him back at some point. And then you got, wow, that front five, by the way, mate. Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
Marmoush, Savio on the wings, Foden, De Bruyne in midfield, Haaland up front. All I'm going to say is, though, I need these players to start passing the Haaland more. I'm not saying you can't do it on your own, but if he's in the box ready for a shot or a simple pass, give it to him. He's there for a reason. You know what I mean? Like, I think, and I'm not saying. Look, Haaland will say it himself, right? If the better opportunity is to go and score the goal yourself, do it. That should be what He doesn't give a shit in there. If it's a simple pass to him, do it. If it's a simple way of you showing yourself over him, do it. He doesn't give a shit. At the end of the day, right? I don't care who scores the goals. Someone puts the ball back in that place.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I think the thing is, right, at some point we'll do it as well. We'll discuss as well the ones going out the door. Because
talking about this here, my worry about it is, in this starting 11, we only have one homegrown talent.
Yeah, Foden. Yeah.
But, you'll have the likes of, I think Stones will stay around for that reason. I think, you look at the likes of Ake, and I would imagine that Pep will keep Ake and Stones around the squad, but not have to rely on them as much because, they're so injury prone. But Ake's homegrown, you're right. Obviously, Stones is homegrown, Foden's homegrown. But then you've also got the youngsters that will be in and around the team as well. I'd imagine that you'll probably still have Nico O'Reilly around the squad next season. I'd imagine that you might see. Well, you've got Rico Lewis. So homegrown, I know there is a quota for it, and I think we probably do need to start investing in some homegrown. But I wouldn't be too worried about that until players start leaving.
Yeah.
I think if we lose Stones and Grealish, or Ake and Grealish, I think then you're going to have to start replacing them with homegrown. I think also as well, losing Kyle Walker as a homegrown talent, you're going to have to promote somebody from the academy or bring in the homegrown talent, because we're obviously borderline on the homegrown as it is. But to lose Kyle Walker halfway through a season, that needs replacing with homegrown as well.
Yeah. Oh, the best is a bunny. Do you know what? Right, Byron Gittins actually is not a bad player. You know, he's
No,
done
he
really
is.
well. I wouldn't want to get back for Dortmund. I'd do it. I think of all the players we let go.
I was going to say it's just another one that we've let go.
Look, Palmer, that ship sailed a long time ago. That's done.
Yeah, I've always accepted that with Palmer, you were never going to get these levels out of him that you are at Chelsea.
The lap summit, no. Marmoush and Haaland now. The lap coming back with pointless for him now. Like, look,
he'd never get games.
No. It would probably have to be for me. It probably have to be, the lap striker. Well, look, he's for me. He's already doing my lip anyway. He's playing every week. What are they going to ask for? It's just what I mean. It would be a bit of a weird. Like, I like him. He's a good player, but we've got Marmoush. You've got also got Mubama as well. So there. That's enough. I think we should really plan for it. Yeah, I think we should. But I think Palmer for me was always going to be one that was for, because I watched Palmer enough times, right, live and on TV, to know that his ability on the ball was brilliant, but he was never going to be the main man here. And that's why he's doing so well. Put McAtee in a team to be the main man. He'll do the same thing as Palmer will do. He will.
And let's just say as well, not like you put McAtee in a Dortmund or or someone like that, not into a Sheffield United. You put him into a Frankfurt or a Dortmund or a Chelsea or someone like that.
Yeah,
he will explode.
He will. McAdoo, yeah. Honestly, I think McAdoo not this season, but I reckon next year, the year after, you'll start seeing McAdoo at some point.
I really want to see Max Aline.
Max Aline and McAdoo for me. Give him a chance. Finley Gorman, I thought he's good as well. Yeah, this is what I mean though. A lot of these young players, like even was it? You remember Ndala?
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
He's someone that
I was a bit gutted about him leaving because he looked like he could be a real prospect.
Yeah, Roger. Yeah. See, Morgan Rogers to me is another one. I like Rogers, but I don't think it'd be the same thing here as a Villa.
Yeah, exactly the same. And the thing is, let's be real about this.
Yeah, Rogers too.
Let's be real about this. If we were to hold on to all of these talents, we wouldn't have the money to be giving Haaland, these deals. The whole reason why we're able to give Haaland these deals and buy players in like Mamouche, and because it's all a knock-on effect. You look at it, right? Realistically, we got Mamouche for free. Now, you say, oh, well, you didn't get him for free because you spent 75 million on him. Right. But we sold Alvarez for 80.
Yeah.
So, Mamouche, we bought Alvarez for 20 million or 22 million. We sold him for 80. We're effectively getting Mamouche for free. But we wouldn't have been able to give the likes of Haaland these 10-year contracts and things like that if we didn't let our academy players go. Because ultimately, that's what keeps us in line with PSR. That's why we've been able to afford to spend 200 million this January transfer window, because we've sold like 136 million pound worth of academy players over the last year.
Yep. That's the thing. And Martin said probably, by the way, on the stream recently. He said, "You are really canny, which is fine. Yeah, but you have to understand that. I mean, standards are a bit lower because you're asking young players to come in and start getting better, or you go for the route of buying the players in. You can't do both. You can't do both, sadly. Like in football, I know if they can, but the amount of game time that these players need is not enough for us to give. It's not. Like look at the League Cup, FA Cup, for example. You know, wasn't given any chances, kind of stuff. You know, it just these players need a chance. Like, look at O'Reilly, look at McAtee, not a game time.
It's like Jacob Wright. It's like Jacob Wright. Yeah. He's not going to get game time.
It'll be off, by the way. In the summer, it'll be off because it's clear to me that Pep doesn't rate him.
No,
he's a good player, but he won't make it.
But this is why our academy is so elite. You know, you could put together a starting 11 of our academy players, and that starting 11 of academy players would be there or thereabouts. They'd be in the top half of the Premier League. They'd be in the top they'd be in the top half of the table.
100%,
when you think of the likes of over the years, you know, you're talking Cole Palmer, you're talking Sancho, you're talking Morgan Rogers, you're talking Bino Gittins, you're talking Jeremy Frimpong. You know, the lists at you know, not Rory Delap, Liam Delap,
Brahim Diaz, Sancho,
Brahim Diaz, Sancho, yeah,
brothers, yeah, Angelino.
Oh, and Pablo Maffeo.
James Trafford as well. Mate, we could do a whole 11.
Yeah. Bearing in mind, James Trafford saved 2 penalties in like 4 minutes last night.
Mate, he's a good keeper. He's a good keeper. Give him time. But I think, for me, him and Gavin Bazunu are both good keepers that will do well eventually, but they both need to start
Romeo Lavia.
Yeah, Bellis. Was it Wednesday, but one game. He's most of the time.
The thing is, though, you can't hold on to all these players. You have to let them go, and it helps us to comply with PSR rules and allows us to spend 200 million in January and put Haaland on a 10-year contract.
Facts, Career Racer. They need to understand that the wage through to the first team for youngsters is via stints on loan at decent clubs for development. The wait to exactly.
There's very few players who make it through from academy through to first team and actually stay.
Agreed.
You have to be an absolute gem of a talent in order to do that. And we found that in Rico Lewis and Phil Foden.
Yeah. Some players just don't make it here. And it is what it is. Like,
that's okay.
Yeah, look, don't get me wrong. I think Nico O'Reilly will make it here. I think Pep does like him. I think some players, will do well here.
The thing is that ultimately the whole point of an academy is to produce the best talents in the world, so you can sell them off, or if they're elite, bring them into the team. But ultimately, it's to be able to sell them off, because all of the money that you make on these academy players is 100% profit.
Yep, exactly.
You know, if it wasn't for our academy being as elite as it is, we're at now nearly £800 million in academy player sales since Pep joined.
Mad.
We are nearly at £1 billion in revenue. Bearing in mind, that's straight profit.
Mate, that is mad.
Since Pep has left. And because of how good our academy is, you can sell off players like James Trafford, who has never put a City shirt on and played for the first team, and you can still get 20 million quid for him. Because clubs know, oh, this guy's come from the City Academy. He's got to be good. And that's what it is. You know, you can afford to we're at a point with our academy now where they never have to put a City shirt on, and you can guarantee you're going to get 15+ million quid for them.
Oh yeah,
without even knowing who they are.
Mate, if we sold McAtee, we get at least £30 million. 35 million.
35 million. Yeah.
O'Reilly probably get 20 right now.
20. 20 million.
Push. Jacob Wright probably 15, 20.
You probably get 10 to 15 for him.
Who else is there? I mean, Mubama's a weird one because he's got a goal. He's not a bad player actually, Mubama. Not a bad player at all.
No, he's not.
But I think we'll say that because I think Pep will use him for a bit, then let him go.
Yeah, I think he'll stay for maybe another year or so.
Yeah, that is true. I think I'm annoyed that some players won't give him a chance, but I get why Pep didn't do it because I think he wanted to obviously give players, but I still think he should have given more opportunity to certain players on that bad run. But even right now though, look at the current run we're on now. Have we even got out of that bad run yet? Not really.
No.
Like, I know we're unbeaten technically, but the Brentford game was an example of how bad we still are. Like 2-0 up, away from home in a tough game, about 10 minutes to go, and you throw away the game.
That, in my opinion, was a very poor decision from Pep to bring on Gundogan.
Oh.
To bring Gundogan on, that should be a sign for Pep now and be like, we were 2-0 up, we were winning the game comfortably, and as soon as we put Gundogan on, we leaked 2 goals.
Gundogan, look, I love Gundogan. Everyone does. But
isn't there talk of him going to Galatasaray?
But then I have to ask the question, why do we bring him back for? Why? Why do we do it?
Yeah, it was a mistake by the club. They need to hold their hands up and realise it was a mistake.
We should have got Brewer G. We should have got him in the summer to go with Savio. I'm not saying it would mean title, but would have been a lot better now than Rodri. A lot better.
Oh, yeah.
But that's the problem. The club went nostalgic for some weird reason. Like, why? Like for me, right? The whole Sane thing, what ain't gonna happen? The club will do that again. The club will not buy players back again who played it before. It's done.
I think it all depends on. First of all, it depends on their age, and there's a lot of different attributes that you need to look at. You've got to consider age as being a factor. You also need to consider form and have they still got it as a factor. And I think for me, bringing back a 33-year-old Gundogan was never, or 30, whatever he was, that was never going to work. As good as he was in La Liga last season, that was never going to work. You were never going to bring him back and get a good player out of it.
By the way,
well,
got some news. Sorry, I know you're on a row, but it's quite important news. Man City can see up to 6 new players arrive this month at a cost of £250 million. 6.
Yeah.
So 2 more, 3 more.
Yeah.
But again, where was this in the summer? It's fine doing it now, but like,
I don't know whether they're going to include Echeverri in that. I don't know, or whether they're going to include like a young talent in there. Like a 10-12 million pound from River Plate or something like that. Do you know what I mean? I can definitely see a right back coming in. I can see Cambiasso being that right back. I can see a midfielder coming in. I still believe that the midfielder situation, if we can get Douglas Luiz without an obligation to buy, I think that's where we go.
Yeah.
I don't think we should be obligated to buy him, because when he comes back, we won't need a backup 6. We'll need a 6, an 8 that can play as a 6.
Yeah.
I think we need to shift out some dead wood. to be honest, before we consider buying too many more midfielders. I think you need to get rid of Gundogan. I think you probably need to get rid of Kovacic. You probably need to shift out some academy players on loan. You need to shift out maybe O'Reilly on loan, or you need to shift out McAtee, because ultimately, as good as McAtee is, he ain't getting game time. Let's be real about it. He's not. He'll be there in the team and he'll come on for 5-10 minutes at the end of the game, but he's never ever going to be trusted to start a game.
No. By the way, Christian McFarlane, is more? Is he more like the EDS team probably?
Yeah, but it will be considered as a Manchester City signing. So I think what I said before lines up with what Ryjack said there.
Yeah. The right camp McFarlane. But by the right, we're also forgetting one player, Echeverry. By the way, I'll be honest with you, right? It's a good thing we've got Marmouche in, because Echeverry can come in, adapt to the team.
I watched him last night, by the way. He played like 55 minutes. He was brilliant.
Mate, don't get me wrong, I loved Alvarez at City. Alvarez at City I liked. I thought he was a good player, but he was a striker.
I'm telling you now, yeah, I think Mamouche will be a better Alvarez than Alvarez.
Yeah, because Alvarez is a striker, and I'm fine with that, by the way. Alvarez is a great striker. He is. But Echeverry is more attacking midfielder.
Which is why I think Mamouche will be a better Alvarez than Alvarez. Because we brought Alvarez in and expected him to play as a cam and a winger.
Didn't work.
He ain't that player. Whereas Mamouche is.
Yeah. Just carrying on, by the way, Man City spending is being seen in legal circles as a positive sign for the club.
Definitely. We 115 we're clear.
So it'd be a huge shock if Man City's owners decided to bankroll such a massive program of investment if they were about to be relegated from the Premier League. Spending heavily.
Well, you're going to give Haaland a 10-year contract if you're going to be playing League Two next season, aren't you?
Imagine that, right? League Two.
You're not going to. And just to touch back on Haaland, because what we were saying before, I forgot to bring it up. That's what I was saying. He has much more versatility than Alvarez, because we expected Alvarez to play in the roles which Mamouche can play. So that's why I said he's more of an Alvarez than Alvarez. But yeah, with Haaland, if you look at the Haaland situation, right? For me, he's. I don't know whether he's had his child yet, or whether the child is on the way.
On the way, I think.
But this commitment is basically because he wants his child to grow up in and around Manchester, obviously. And the thing is, he's not going to get to an age where the child is in school or whatever, and then relocate. He will, he has made this decision to stay for 10 years as not just an investment for himself and the club, but also an investment for his family.
Yeah.
And it's quite obvious he loves City. He wants to settle down in Manchester. He was born in Leeds.
By the way, I think he'll get a statue.
Haaland will, yeah. He will end his career at Man City, not just beating Alan Shearer's record, absolutely demolishing it. He will end his career at City with, I believe, personally, more than 400 goals.
Look, and I love Sergio, right? But Sergio could have at least got that amount of goals. It was for injuries, easily.
If you think right now, he's 2.5 years into his current City contract. He's got 76 Premier League goals. He'll probably end the season with what, 85, 90?
Yeah, hope so, mate.
That's 90 goals every 3 seasons. Yeah, granted, he ain't gonna do that every year.
No.
Well, Haaland's not even in his prime yet.
No, it's not.
So if he's hitting 30 goals a season, I think we worked it out. Haaland would only have to score 18 goals a season every season to break Alan Shearer's record. 18 goals. He does that in half a season.
It's a 16 now.
I'm not being funny. He's having one of his shittest seasons in the City shirt, and he's already on 60.
Josh was mad, right? He had one of the best starts ever. Fell off massively. Oh,
this is it. He's having one of his worst seasons in the City shirt, and he's already on 16, and we're only halfway through the season.
Oh, by the way, just to carry on that quote. Spending heavily in the transfer market and handing Haaland a new contract suggested they feel they cleared themselves of at least the most serious allegations. Mate, it'll be a fine at best.
And let's just clear this up as well for any fans in the chat that aren't City fans. When you say, "Oh, they got away with it with a fine," or they've just been fined, the fine will be for no cooperation.
Yeah. Was fair enough.
The fine won't be because we're guilty of all of these things. The fine will be because we didn't cooperate with the Premier League in their investigations. That's what the fine will be for. Not because it's like, oh, yeah, they're guilty of the charges, blah, 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 blah. They've only fined them, they've only fined them, blah, 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 blah. No, the fine will be because we didn't cooperate with them when we were supposed to, allegedly.
Yeah. A big up Ed's Pecunian Theory. Legend, obviously. I see him a lot in the chats, MLB, Martin, all that. Big up to you, my friend. Yep, we're discussing that now. That's a massive, bit of news. I have a feeling, right? I think the Cambiasso deal will get announced. Will probably get sorted soon, I reckon.
End of next week.
It's been quiet. I get why, because they've obviously revealed that it's happening, and they've got to work out the negotiation. Because you both know that, Bever. Like, transfers are not simply put money in, medical done, it's done. There's a lot more going on there than just
it's image rights, it's getting visas, because some players require visas. I know Vitor Reis needed a visa. Mamouche as well. But then also the other side of it as well is the club will be assisting these players in helping them find homes.
Yep, exactly. Yeah.
There's a lot that goes into it. These players are coming over. They're going to want to make sure that their homes are safe. They're in a nice area. The club will be helping them do all of that before they move over. Because if they move over and ain't got a house to go to, then they ain't moving over, are they?
Exactly. Yeah. So look, all I say is, people, patience. 3 down, 3 to go.
I tell you what, we're buying a lot of fucking houses this month.
Like 6, 7 of the house has been paid off. Lovely, mate. I would love to see the actual accounts this month. What the?
Oh, I know, yeah.
Oh, burn a hole in the pocket. But he's like, shakes like that. Money, here you go. Here's the money. Carry on.
Look, yeah, I'm not being funny. We're also trying to sort out City's players that go to Barcelona. Yeah, there we go. Oh, we were also trying to sort out players that have left us. We're trying to sort out their homes. It's like, oh, you moved to Barcelona. Oh, yeah, they put you in a hotel. Oh, don't worry, we'll sort your house out for you.
Yeah, big up, Ed, man. Same here, mate. Rivals Tears. I need to buy myself some of those Rivals Tears drinks that a Big Steve does. I don't really good. I'll take myself one at some point because I have to do that for when we do 115, right? Because at some point we'll do that. At some point we'll actually do a 115 delve when it comes out, and trust me, it'll be a good one. Proper.
Well, me and you will be doing a 115 face-to-face stream of having a little party, won't we?
Mate, trust me, that'd be a messy night. But we don't give a fuck. We don't care.
Because you know the reasons why, and it'll be around the same time.
Exactly. Yeah. Oh my god. Yeah. I know. Bring it on though. March time. I think is when it's going to be roughly, isn't it? Something like that.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Exactly. Yeah. I doubt we're getting two or three more players as well as that, but I don't really care anyway. Personally, it's more players through the door. Is what we need. Body through the door. But yeah, a big up Pep though. Must appreciate it, mate.
The thing is, though, it's having bodies through the door, but it's having the right bodies through the door.
I don't think he will be. He won't be. I don't think
he'll probably have a week's worth of training first.
Chelsea, I reckon. Chelsea.
He'll be. I think probably after Chelsea. I think it'll be the game after. I think he'll be in and around the squad by Chelsea, but he won't just jump straight into the team because he'll have to do tactical setups with Pep. He'll have to learn the style of play, and I don't think you're just going to chuck a centre back straight into the team.
Yeah, that's fair enough. Yeah. Oh, it is Chelsea. The thing is, right, Ed. Every game's must win now. Like if we're being real, right? I'm not for the league, by the way. Forget the league title. League titles, in my opinion, right? League title's done. People can say, "Oh, well, it's not done yet." We got to do
what a time to play Chelsea, though. Cole Palmer's out injured.
Yeah, I think that game will win. That one. I think it'll be.
I do. It's at home as well, isn't it?
We're at home. Yeah, I think the squad is up for it. The issue is for us is at the back. It's dodgy because because Gundogan is too old. Cover's there. We're fine. We need someone in the six who's got a bit of energy about them. I'm not asking for Rodri. I'm asking for someone who can just do a job there for a bit.
Do you want my honest opinion? I'd be putting Guardiola in the six and playing Ake at left back.
That's what I do. Because you know what, right? Guardiola, he can do it.
Okay. Let me just point this out as well. Ake against Brentford was our best defender by far. By far.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for Ake, we'd have lost that game. Two goal line clearances. One of the goal line clearances was one of the last kicks of the game.
Yeah. Oh, Pep on Haaland signing a 115-month contract extension. It's a lot, huh? Yeah, it's a lot. A lot of time. I love that from Pep. He's like, yeah, it's a lot, isn't it? Yeah. That man, mate, he's the cheekiest bastard in the world, isn't he? He doesn't give a fuck. Oh, mate. Bro, I love it. Look, I think for everyone, right, especially obviously with Pep in personal life as well, we need a bit of positivity overall.
Can I just have a little say on Pep as well?
Go on, mate. Yep.
This guy chose City over his marriage. This guy loves us. Now, in the history of anyone, any manager, this has never happened, right? This guy loves the club. Absolutely loves us unconditionally. To make that decision and to stick with it, nah. I pray he never leaves now. Because that's loyalty at its finest. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
That is over his wife of 30 years. And, you know, if there's anyone from the club watching this, you know, we really hope that Pep's doing okay. And, you know, I hope the club that is supporting him through the difficult time.
They're never easy, but
and not just Pep either. You know, I hope his wife and his kids are also doing well. And you know, at the end of the day, they were also a massive part of this journey too. You know, they stood alongside him for 9 years. You know, they were there at the Champions League final. They were there every year we won the Premier League. You know, they were also a massive part of our recent history at City. So I hope the whole family are doing well. I hope Pep's doing okay. But let me just say this. A fully focused Pep Guardiola, after just getting a divorce, with an anger inside him, I think we are about to see a monster.
oh yeah. Yeah. Look, this season, in terms of the league, no. I just.
Oh, we're winning the treble. We're winning the treble.
If we did, man, that's it. Slot, get out. You're sacked. Good job.
Get
out. Everyone's sacked.
Bearing in mind, yeah, let's not forget, Pep used to focus a lot on football, and he used to have nights where he just sit there. And I mean, this is public knowledge. You know, there'd be nights where Pep would just sit there and just work on tactics in his head. You know, imagine now without the distractions, a fully focused Pep Guardiola. I'm sorry, it's over. It is over for the rest of the league. It's done.
100%. But you know, obviously went a little bit, but yeah, we'll just have a quick chat about Ipswich away before we end it. Now, this is the last I'm doing a little bit. Well, I'm back in next week, but obviously I'm going to Paris on Monday, so it'll be quite a busy one for me. So I'm also doing streams away in another country. It's a bit of a kerfuffle, so I'll probably sort of keep it. I'll do my own thoughts about the game probably after that, but I'll do a stream Friday or Saturday, sort of discussing everything. But yeah, but before we end the stream, we'll have a discussion about Ipswich away. Now, Brentford away was doesn't matter, but I think the fact that we should have won the game was like that summed the season up perfectly for me. Going forward, pretty decent, but defensively, mate, the way we let them 2 goals go in was too easy. And that's what that was my frustrating thing about that game for me. How we gave Vista and all that space, you know, gave Norgard that space. It was too easy for them. It shouldn't be.
Yeah. No, it's the same pattern emerging. Same with Feyenoord, where we go clear and ultimately don't end up finishing the job off.
Yeah.
We've seen that far too much this season. There's been, you know, a number of games. You can also talk about Brighton. You know, we were ahead in the Brighton game as well, and ultimately ended up losing that.
Yeah.
So there's a pattern emerging here, and for me, something needs to change.
For me, game management needs to return.
Yeah.
Go to corner flag. I don't care if it's against fucking Leyton Orient, mate. Start doing it again, because that's the one thing that got through games where it was difficult. Go to the corner, waste a bit of time, do that. Sometimes you can't batter anyone, but if we got the corner at 2-0, I'm not thinking we're doing that. Game would have been done. We've got to start getting back to that again. Got to do it. Like Newcastle at home, mate. When Haaland and Grealish, the corner flag. That's what it should be.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's frustrating, but
talking of Newcastle, they got absolutely annihilated today.
Hey, wow, Bournemouth, mate. But mate, Justin Clark, what a player! What a player!
Yeah.
Kirkesh, the left back, brilliant player.
Oh, yeah.
I think for me personally, I think Kirkesh, Cliver, and like Evanilson will be gone. I don't think Bournemouth, most of that Bournemouth team will get sold. Hoyston, Zabani, they're too good, mate, for that team. They're too good, mate. But, mate, same thing though with Mbomo and Vista, mate. What are they doing at bloody Brentford? It's so good for this team. It's ridiculous. Yeah. Also, well, Carl Walker as well. I think I was done on it. Apparently, it was all about to be done with Milan, isn't it? I think it's supposed to be sorted now. Then.
Yeah, well, I called it out not that long ago and said I genuinely believe that he's going to probably terminate his contract and pay out the remainder of his contract.
He's doing it right now, isn't he? He's doing it.
It very much looks like that's what's going to happen. It's it's a sad way for him to go out because of everything that he's been a part of in this club. But I don't know. It's a bit of a weird one for me because he's been good, but I kind of also feel like he's let himself down quite a few times as well.
Yeah.
Not just on the pitch, but also off the pitch.
Yeah, no, I agree on that one. It's a shame because I think he's been a great servant to this team, but I just think it's just time to just sort of hand it in now. It is what it is. Like, the guy's been, look, I remember him for how good he was for us, for those great 6-7 years. But it's just we need to start moving forward now. We need a better team, and I want us to sort of get back to a fresh team, better players. Start returning to that star play, and also and the great football that we do play.
Yeah.
And
what are we thinking about this team, by the way?
Yeah. See, for me, right, I want to see Doku play on the right. I really do. Like, I want to see Doku and Savio on the wings.
I do, but I don't think you're going to get both together. I think you're probably likely to see Savinho get dropped, if I'm being honest with you.
Which to me is bullshit because I think Savio's been actually playing really well recently.
Yeah, but so's Doku.
I know, but it's like I want to play both. I want to play both.
But the thing is, if you play both, you need someone in the midfield that is gonna sort of run the lines, basically.
Yeah, I know what you mean. It's frustrating, isn't it? It's frustrating. Yeah. Both of them with Foden and De Bruyne. Wow, that'll be fun to watch.
Yeah,
he won't be. By the way, Diaz. He's not. I think he's close to back. He's close to returning, isn't he, Diaz? Him and Bob.
He's had 3 training sessions now.
I reckon bench. I reckon tomorrow, a minimum. I reckon.
Who starts instead of Ruben then? Akanji?
Probably. Sigh. Because Stones are back, isn't he? But Stones
I wouldn't be risking John Stones. Wow, no chance. Guy's made biscuits. He'll play 15 minutes and he'll go off injured again.
See, that man, I feel sorry for. I really do.
Yeah, because when he plays, he's unreal.
If he had legs right that were made of like solid titanium or adamantium, yeah, sure, we're fine, we're sorted. He ain't getting injured. But
no, he's made of glass, unfortunately.
Look, don't be wrong, right? His overall at City is set anyway as being unbelievable. It is, no matter what happens to him. But I wish he got given. I wish he didn't have injuries so easily. It's so annoying. But yeah,
there's that trend that went around. There was that trend that went around a year ago or so ago, where it was if you could pick one football player to fulfill their entire career without injuries, who would it be? John Stones.
John or Aguero for me.
Initially, I said Aguero, but I think for me, I'd have to pick John Stones because, yes, Aguero got injured a lot towards the latter end of his contract at City, but John Stones has been like this for years. And when I mean years, you're talking 3-4 years. He's been this level of injury prone.
Imagine, I always look before what happened to him in the actual case thing. Mendy for me. What had happened? The ACL injury hadn't happened.
Yeah,
it's a hard one. I get why it's a hard one to talk about because of what he did. Allegedly, you got to take it a bit pinch of salt that one, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, I mean, it's a bit of a sour one because he was it was disproven, and he was given an innocent verdict. But it was the way it was the way that he handled it afterwards, where he took us to court to get his wages back. Do you really think that we were going to be paying for a player to be in prison?
No, it's a hard one to discuss, isn't it? Because but and Rajak, you're right, mate. He could have done.
Yeah.
He could have done 100%. But yeah, it's one of the ones that's a hard one to talk about. Also, some good news. Pep mentioned about Kev's fitness. Apparently, he feels the best he's felt in a long time, which is a positive. But I think with Kev, I'm not saying I trust him. I do trust him, but I don't want to be overplaying him.
With Kev, I'd give him 60 minutes tomorrow and bring McAtee on.
Because PSG away is I actually need him.
Yeah.
So
I'd give him, depending on the scoreline, if we're 3-0 up at half time, I'd give him until maybe 55 minutes, 55 minutes, and then I'd bring him off.
Yeah.
And I'd give McAtee a run out.
Yeah, so would I. But I think
not Gundogan, please.
Hey, we Gundogan. Nope, turning off. No one should. It's going to get pissed.
I pray. I don't know if he can play, actually. I was going to say, I pray that Calvin Phillips doesn't have a masterclass.
He can't play.
I was going to say, but I don't think he can play.
No, he can't. He scores a goal. It's like,
well, he scored last week.
Yeah. Now, Pep said about Kev's game against Brentford. Said he feels like he's felt like an animal, and he said he was brilliant, and he was good against Brentford. De Bruyne.
Yeah, he was.
The thing is with De Bruyne, do you know what pissed me off about that game? Right, Kev was brilliant, and then it doesn't matter because he drew the game 2-2. I think
because we brought him off and replaced him with a guy that's got no legs.
Look, Kev doesn't have many legs, but Kev has more legs than Gundogan does, by far. But the thing is, right, you got the bet. To me, right, that ball, the Foden, by the way, was unbelievable. The way he hit that.
Kev's ability off the ball as well. He was running for every ball. He was trying to get that ball back at all costs. This is a 33, 34-year-old guy that is running, not just running, sprinting after the ball. And it's quite interesting when you see, players like Foden and, other players that are jogging after it. And you've got Kevin De Bruyne that's outshining all of them, sprinting after balls.
Do you want to know why they're better? It's because of this. He loves City.
Yeah, it's too much. He knows what it means to wear the shirt.
Which is why the guy. Look,
I'm not saying Foden doesn't, by the way.
No, but Kev's more mature than he is. Kev's done it all, mate. Kev should have a Ballon d'Or. How good he's been.
Yeah. He will go down in history as one of the players that should have ended his career with a Ballon d'Or.
Because what he's achieved, man, look, you and me, right? Look, when he retires, we'll do a stream about him because what he's achieved in football, right, in itself. I mean, look, Belgium, whole different.
When he retires, mate, you're not going to see me for about 3 months. I'm going to be locked away, crying every day.
Oh, mate, I'll be as well, mate. Because look, that was still what I was gutted. I cried, but when Kev goes, it will be emotional because that guy has given his. That's why I say don't get rid of him yet. He ain't done yet. He wants to stay as well. He wants to stay. Like the club need. Look, I'm not saying. Look, he isn't asking for Haaland wages. Just give him one that's respectable for how good he is. Like, don't do what Liverpool do with Salah. Don't do that at all. Do the opposite. Give him for me a 2-year deal. 2-year deal.
I still believe that he's gonna technically leave City, and join New York City FC, and I think because the other side of it as well is we will be allowed to do that because New York City FC don't compete in Champions League.
Yeah.
So we can technically mask some of that contract and some of those wages by signing him for one of our sister clubs and then loaning him back for a season or 2 seasons.
Yeah. And but the thing is, right,
it's effectively what we did, what we've already done with Frank Lampard.
Yeah, because for me, mate, I want Kev to get one of the best ever send-offs because Silva has deserved one, Aguero deserved one. Give Kev that send-off. I think the fans will. The fans will give him a send-off. That was because he's like a king, mate. He's like how Colin Bell and Silva are seen. That's Kev.
Are we going to get another? We cannot replace him.
Well, I think this one you can't replace him. You generally can't replace him because the thing is, again, Virts and Musiala are great players, but they're not Kevin De Bruyne. They're not. Like Virts will score you goals, get you assists, so Musiala, but they're not Kev quality. They're not that level of dragging a team over the line, mate. But like Villa, they're their shoes up.
It's going to be another. It's going to be another memeable moment, isn't it?
We can replace him by Musiala.
Yeah, well, basically, yeah.
But although, for me, Aguero and Haaland are two different players because Aguero was a great goal scorer, Haaland is a great goal scorer. Different players, but both offer similar things to others, to each other. But
Aguero's ability with the ball
is better
surpasses Haaland 10 times over.
Oh, 100%. But even Erling would say, yeah, you're right. Erling would say that.
You had Rodri in an interview sitting alongside Haaland, and the question was if you could play with a City legend, who would it be? And Rodri turned around to Haaland and said, "Don't pick Aguero. You'll be on the bench."
But the thing is, Haaland actually would agree with that.
He knows, yeah.
Because the thing, Joe, right? Haaland's got ego, but Haaland's a City fan. But yeah, Aguero's the best because he's watched him. But
he's grown up watching Aguero 2012 moments and stuff.
Yeah, so that's the thing. Like, people realize that. Like, but if you ask Aguero and Haaland, who's one player, but both retire, both of them, who's your favorite player to play with? Kevin De Bruyne.
Yeah.
Maybe David, if you're Sergio, I get that, but most will say Kev because Kev could fund both of them. Yeah, like a fucking minefield, mate. He could any kind of ball you want, boom, he's right there.
If you think about it, yeah, Phil Foden really throughout his City career has lived the dream, hasn't he?
Oh, he fucking has, mate.
He's played with David Silva. He's played with Yaya Toure. He's played with Kevin De Bruyne. He's played with Rodri. He's played with Aguero. He's played with Haaland.
Fernandinho, company.
He's played with company, Fernandinho. Like he's lived the dream. Like he must have gained so much knowledge off these players.
Yeah. I tell you, right. I mean, I think there's one player, right, that I didn't really respect enough at the time. And when I say that, that's because I didn't rate him or love him. Because Toure and De Bruyne are my kind of players that I like watching. They're the more bombastic players that run forward and that kind of stuff and score goals and assists.
Yeah.
David Silva, as I've got older, I've appreciated more and more. And, he's like a Xavi Iniesta type player. Controls the ball, controls it. Because Kev isn't like them guys. Kev's the one that you play like. Look up what Xavi Iniesta said about Silva, and obviously they rate Kev as well. But when you look at what Silva offered us for many years, that control of the game, like no one I know in football does that anymore.
The difference is, right, David Silva controlled the game.
Yeah.
Kevin De Bruyne dictated the game.
Which is why both together were an unbelievable force.
When you think about that, though, like when you think about that midfield.
Fernandinho, De Bruyne, mate. I know, right? Fucking midfield. That midfield was legendary, mate.
Didn't we have Yaya at that time as well, or did Yaya leave this?
At one point, we watched Yaya, Silva, and De Bruyne together in midfield cooking.
Yeah.
Mate, them three were unbelievable to go, weren't they?
You had De Bruyne and Silva, and then sat behind in the sixth role. You had Yaya Toure.
It's brilliant. It's like this and you had Sarri and Sterling on the wings. So it's like this is unbelievable. Like imagine prime Rodri with De Bruyne and Silva.
How we didn't win the Champions League was beyond me.
I think because for me it was at the back. That was why we didn't win. I mean, going forward,
if we'd have had Pep during that era,
fucking hell. Yeah, I know.
In fact, didn't we have Pep when we had Yaya Toure?
Well, how you doing, mate? Yaya was with Pep for 2 years, wasn't he? Was he?
Yeah, he was. Yeah,
because for some reason, even Pep didn't get on, but they got on well, fine now apparently, so which is good. Yeah.
Well, yeah. What it was Pep sold Yaya when he went to Barcelona.
That was it, but
he sold him to City.
I know, right? Yeah, and but Joe Watt, right? I mean, there's not many players, right? That I've watched many City players over the years. Not many. Probably you, maybe you've watched a bit longer than I have, but there haven't been many players that really got off my feet than Silva, De Bruyne, and because I've been lucky to watch them all live before they've all left. I mean, Aguero was unbelievable to watch.
But for me, the one player which I genuinely believe, like hand on heart, that you could stick him straight back into the City team and he would play perfectly well. Obviously, not now with age, but if you were to take that player from that era and put him into this City team right now, he would cook. Is Giorgio Kinkladze. He was above and beyond anything that we had at the time. He was levels above everybody.
There's one player, Joe Watt, right? His third Georgia compatriot, Kvaratskhelia, is a good player as well. Maradona. Yeah. I normally didn't get him for Jack. He'd be good for us in this team, but
yeah,
we got Savio.
We wouldn't have ever dealt with Napoli though because of history.
Well, PSG. Well, not PSG. They hate us. So no, again, them either PSG. But no, Kvaratskhelia is an unbelievable player himself, by the way, and I'm pleased. I think he'll do well at PSG.
Well, there was this debate a couple of weeks ago that I was having with Twitter with someone, and I was getting cut, but I still stand by it this today, and that's someone had put an all-time City 11, like what they think the best all-time City players are, and they put Ake at left back. Now, don't get me wrong, I can see why. I absolutely love Nathan Ake. He's an unbelievable defender for us. But for me, I said, as good as Ake is, I'd be picking Kolarov. Because for me, Kolarov could do the things that Ake does. Maybe not as well, but in terms of sort of defending, definitely not as well as Nathan Ake. But there are things that Kolarov could do that Nathan Ake can't in terms of going forward. Kolarov's ability in set pieces was, for a left back at the time, was unmatched.
Oh, yeah.
He had an absolute bullet left foot on him. And I just think, as good as Ake is defensively, he couldn't do those things going forward, which Kolarov does. Now, am I saying that Kolarov is a better defender or a better left back than Ake? No, I'm not. What I'm saying is I believe going forward he had better natural abilities going forward than Ake does.
Yeah.
Now, the way that I worded it as well is, if you were to do an all-time City 11, say Rodri didn't play for us, if you were to do an all-round City 11, like a lot of people would be choosing to put Fernandinho as a six, as the best six we've had. You know, arguably, you know, I wouldn't necessarily disagree. You could say Yaya Toure, but some people might say Fernandinho, and that's absolutely fine. I get the reasons why. But for me, one of my favourite ever players in it to wear a City shirt was Nigel de Jong, by far. Because I absolutely love Nigel de Jong's style of play, and that's why I'm so excited for. All right, lad.
Yeah, about it, mate. Yeah, mate.
For me, this is why I'm so excited about Kushinov signing, because the type of player that Kushinov is, he's quite similar to a Nigel de Jong in terms of tackling abilities. Like he goes in ball first, man second. Like I love that. It's just an old fashioned style of defender.
Yeah,
and I love that. So for me, Nigel de Jong is one of my favourite ever City players. Personally, I would have him as my CDM over Fernandinho and over Yaya Toure. Do I think that as a player, he's a better player than both of them? No, I don't. But I'd have him in my team because I loved him as a player.
Yeah. No, that's fair enough. And look, one day we'll do a stream about that debate, and we'll do a proper one, sit down and sort of talk about it, because that's not going to be easy. I'll get people on for that as well, not just you and me. We'll have a bit more people on to have a chat.
Yeah.
Because we'll need more than just you and me to discuss that. Because
we'll have a good debate. Try and get Calster on, and
I'll put the word out for that one. But yeah, but before we end the stream, it's been almost 2 hours. Fair play. It's been a good one tonight. Let's Ipswich away predictions and how you feel about the game. 4-1. Yeah. Honestly, guys, everyone watching the stream right now, we absolutely appreciate the support. Alex, me, Danny, we always appreciate the support that you guys give us this channel. Yeah, on the road to 1K, getting there gradually, but we'll get there soon. Big up to you all. But yeah, 4-1. Okay. I'll go 3-1. I think
Haaland hat trick.
Yeah. Haaland hat trick. I think for me, right, this team needs to start back. Need to start up at the ante now, because we're 8th now. We're 8th. We've got to win tomorrow. We've got to win. We cannot afford to not win tomorrow. We really can't. Yeah, I know, mate. 2 hours. It's gone by quickly. This 2 hours. 5-1. Look. If it's 5-1, mate, or no, any kind of win right now, give me a win. Because top 4 for me, mate, is priority. Look, for me, with the whole title talk, that will happen when 1, we get in top 4, second place, and 2, Liverpool's. Because I think today Liverpool, right, if they're drawing that game 0-0, that'd have been 2 points gained them if we win the game. But they found a way, didn't they? With Nunes, of all players. Darwin Nunes of all players scored 2 goals today, but yeah, I'll go 3-1. But obviously, if it's 4 or 5, I'm happy with that as well. I'll go Haaland hat trick and De Bruyne to assist them all. That's what I'm going to go with. Kevin assist them all. Haaland hat trick first half, then second half get him off the pitch. The PSG, but
yeah,
I say though, mate, as well. After tomorrow's game, mate, the running we've got, mate, is massive. It's a massive running after this, mate. PSG, Chelsea, Liverpool, Arsenal for that. It's non-stop, mate. This is where this team has got to waking up now. Not for the league. For me, second place. It's not that I've got to really say second achievement. But where we are right now, it is an achievement right now. It is, because we've got... I want to finish well. Do you know what we could do? Liverpool, we could beat them because Liverpool aren't the best right now, but another week at the back is what I'm worried about. Get that back line sorted out, midfield sorted out. I'm happy. Till then, needs a bit more than that. So yeah. The thing is, right, this response here, I do agree. We can win the league still. It's not done yet, but I would need to see a winning run, non-stop winning run, and also Liverpool drop some points at left, right, centre. I need to see a bit of.
I think notoriously, second half of the season, we always seem to get back into it and find our swing of things. Historically, year on year, we've done the same thing. I don't see any reason why we can't go and at least challenge. A lot of people have written us off this year, and rightfully so, to a point. But they also have to remember we're Man City, and historically, we always come back in the second half of the season. Yeah. We're also coming back in the second half of the season with potentially up to 5 new signings.
Yeah.
There is absolutely no reason why we can't go and challenge. Yeah, we're gonna have to see a drop off from sort of teams around us. We are gonna have to somewhat rely on Liverpool drawing and losing games, but the way that they're playing at the moment, that's not impossible.
Like today, they got a lucky at the end, out of jail at the end.
Very lucky. Very lucky.
So yeah, you're right. But for me, let's get top 4 first before we start worrying about title.
Yeah, I mean, to be perfectly honest, I'm not thinking about where we're going to finish at the end of the season. I'm thinking about Ipswich tomorrow, and then when Ipswich tomorrow is finished, PSG. I'll be thinking about PSG trying to get through to the latter stages of the Champions League. Because let's be real, that's also looking a bit of a task right now as well.
Got to win. Wednesdays must win. No. Right. Every game must win. Every game now is a must-win football match.
Yeah.
We must win all our games. Because I want to end the season strong. In the league, well, fair enough. Go again next season to get back from Liverpool. Because Arsenal winning it, mate. No way.
Arsenal are trash, mate.
Chelsea, Forest doing very well, but Forest.
Didn't Chelsea lose yesterday as well, or draw?
They drew at Bournemouth. Reece James had to save them at the end, a free kick.
Yeah.
Bournemouth, Bournemouth are good this year, aren't they? Good team, Bournemouth.
Bournemouth are looking incredible. I mean, they're in the mix for European football.
If I was them, I'd say one game at a time, lads. One game. Because if you get Arsenal fans get giddy, what happens? You get a slap in the face. One game at a time, as always.
I see in this second half of the season, I see the likes of Forest dropping away a little bit.
Yeah.
I don't see them maintaining this level of form. I see Newcastle starting to drop off a little bit as well. I know that they got absolutely hammered today, but I think they will win again. But I think they will start to drop off this second half of the season as well. And that's all good for us, because as these teams are dropping off and losing points, we're gaining on them. So I think it is one game at a time, but I don't see a reason. I don't see a reason why we can't at least go and challenge.
Yeah, no, so that's cool. Well, I will back. That's win tomorrow. I think for me tomorrow, get a win tomorrow. Just get into that top 4 conversation, because I think for us at the moment, we're still in that place where we're not quite in the top 4 yet. I mean, and that's why Brentford was annoying, because if we got 2 extra points, we'd have been right in the top 4 still. Win tomorrow, right in there for towards third. So we've got to start getting back to that position again for us. I think
we're currently 9 points off second place.
Got to get second again. That's the aim. Get second again. Then that's that.
But what I've got to say, we had 1 win in 12. and we're still in the mix.
Because everyone's a shit, mate.
If we can restore this form, and it looks like gradually we are doing. Yeah, Brentford wasn't great. It was a good. But I personally, for me, I think that Brentford was a mistake from Pep. I think bringing on Gundogan was a huge mistake, and ultimately that's what cost us the game.
Yeah.
But as long as Pep realizes that, I don't see any reason why we can't be seeing through games and winning out games. I think, had Pep not made that decision, we would have come away from Brentford with 2-0, 2-1, and we would be having different conversations right now. And this is fine. This is what we're talking about when we're talking about fine margins. Taking off one player and replacing him with another player ultimately is the difference between 2 points. So, or potentially even 3 if it wasn't for the fact that Ake cleared the ball off the line in the last minute of the game.
Yeah.
So, for me, it's about seeing games over the line, and if we can start doing that, there is no reason why we can't be in the conversation.
Yeah, agreed. And you know what? Went there over 2 hours long of a stream. Hope you all enjoyed it. Last one for me for a bit before I go to Paris to probably have a good time with the City fans and go to a good game and actually win. Hopefully we'll get the win. But obviously tomorrow first, important game tomorrow. Got to get that win. But to everyone who's been tuning in, subscribing to the channel recently, we really appreciate it. Again, on the road to 1K, that's the next step for us. Obviously, still a bit of a way to go, but I'm sure. But every people who's subscribed to us is massively appreciated. Likes appreciated as always. Almost doing this now for almost a whole year now, which is man, it's gone that quickly. But I look forward to many more years doing this. Obviously with Bevo and other people, and Alex, Danny, and people come on. We always appreciate everyone supporting the stream. Big up, Ryan Jack again. Subscribe to him already. He's a new YouTuber on the city, trying to do more stuff. Get up there and back him if you haven't already. Great guy, and we'll have one soon to join us, have a chat with us soon. But yeah, so you guys have a good night.
There's just one thing as well that I want to end the stream on that we haven't touched on, and that is I just want to send my condolences out to the family of Dennis Law. Absolute City icon. I know he was a United legend as well, but I kind of feel like he's a City legend too. If it was Dennis Law that ultimately ended up getting United relegated. So for me, that makes him even more as a City legend. Scoring for City against United with his last pick of football in his professional career, which ultimately ended up getting Man United relegated. He will forever go down as a hero and as a City legend. So my condolences go to him and his family. And yeah.
Also, RIP to Tony Burke as well.
Yeah,
winning captain, FA Cup and all that. Is it 70s? I guess 70s. I'm going 70s, 60s. Top of my head. I think it's 70s.
60s, I think. I could be wrong.
Right, yeah. That's right. Don't worry, I know my history, but it's remembering off the top of my head is not always easy. But yeah, but to him and Dennis Law, rest in peace. But to both of them, it's never a great age to go anyway. And, I don't just to family and friends at the time. But to everyone who's appreciate you all. Have a good evening, and we'll see you guys very soon for another stream. Everyone, have a good night.